All right, and we are live. So, I like their entrance. I really like the Chiefs' entrance right there. Chiefs versus Lions, obviously Sunday Night Football. Been a very interesting week of football. Like I said, obviously go all the way back to Thursday night where you got the Eagles beating Eagles losing to the Giants. It's surprised Vash getting actually dominated by the Giants. So no one really saw that one coming. Then you have on a Sunday morning where you got the absolutely awful show of offense for the Jets and the Broncos, but the Broncos end up pulling that one out in England, 13-11. But the fact that the Jets had negative 10 net passing yards is kind of crazy. Then, like I said, you got obviously Panthers win, which is amazing. Panthers win. Seahawks win against the get it. Like the Buccaneers are a really good team. I get it, but come on, man! Like somebody beat them, please, because somebody beat them. So they're not because now, like I said, they're 5-1, um, which is fine, and they play the Lions next week. So I'm predicting. Like I said, Lions win this week. I'm hoping. I said if they win this week, next week it's I believe it's Lions versus Buccaneers. I can double check and make sure who is playing the next week. So let's see here. Yeah, so Thursday, Steelers Bengals. I'll be streaming on Sunday in that morning slate. Panthers at Jets, and then on Monday is when it's Buccaneers Lions. So I'll be streaming that one. Oh, look at that! The Falcons have back-to-back primetime games. Look at it! Look at them. I didn't realize that. But yeah, so I'm happy right now. I'm really happy. Panthers are 3-3. I was wrong earlier. I said the last time that we were 500 at any point in the season was 2019. Technically, it was 2021, but we were 3-0. We were 3-0 with Sam Darnold as a quarterback, and then Christian McCaffrey got hurt, and J.C. Horn also got hurt in the Texans game. And then in week 4, we played at the Cowboys and got blew out. And the other reason why I remember that one too is because run defense. Brett Coleman, who like I said, really amazing. Like honestly, check out his YouTube channel. He works with the Chargers right now. He also has a bootleg football podcast. He has this thing where a lot of times when he starts talking about a team, they end up doing bad, and it's been that way for quite some time. And yeah, so that I remember that vividly. So, but like I said, we're 3-3. We got the Jets next week, which obviously, like I said, do I want to pencil in a win? No, but am I feeling pretty confident we can beat the Jets? Yes. So there's a chance that we could be 4-3, which would be amazing. It'd be amazing. But even if we don't, like I said, I'm happy right now. I'm happy right now. I'm hoping that the Chiefs lose. I'm hoping that the Lions are able to be 5-1. That'd be nice for them. Right now, they are technically in a they're not in a tie with the Packers, but a win would help create some more separation between them and the Packers. Packers had a weird game, dude. I don't know what it is when they're playing. Maybe it's when they're playing AFC North teams. I don't know, but they don't show up, and the Bengals don't have a good defense at all. So I don't know why. They kept on struggling so much on offense, but they're able to pull out the win regardless. But it's still like, what you doing? But like I said, they're able to pull out the win, so it's fine. But it is definitely odd time for the Packers. Oh, Aiden Hutchinson shaved off his head. Goodness gracious, shaved all his hair off. He shaved all his hair and gave himself pretty much like what is it, goatee kind of? Yeah, goatee kind of look. It's definitely a look. He's going to get paid soon, dude. Hutchinson, see, he's in year 3, right? Yeah. If he's in year 3, they're probably going to pay him early. So if I had to guess, he's probably going to be paid in the offseason. I would assume so, but never know. Look at all that inactives. Goodness gracious. DJ Reed, injured reserve. Dorsey, injured reserve. Rakeshaw, injured reserve. Goodness gracious. Like, that's what I'm a little concerned about. I think the Lions will win, but they are putting up basically, practice squad members for their for their corners. So I expect Brian Branch to play a lot more in the box, specifically, like I said, at corner. So you can move him around, but I feel like I'm trying to think who their backup safety is, but I'm sure like they'll be fine. But you desperately need cornerback help. So I expect Brian Branch to probably start in the corner. All right, Harrison Bucker on to get this one away. He's not having the best season so far. All right, and the kickoff is underway. It's going to be returned at about the 3-yard line, up to the 10, to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 25, and up to, he bounces out, up to the, great tackle there, up to the 29-yard line, great tackle there. Craig Reynolds with the turn, so it'll be first down 10 at the 29-yard line for the Lions. All right, Dan Skipper, see what you can do here. I expect them to try to run the ball a little bit more. Right now, it'll be I formation. This is a wild split. What in the world is that split? Oh, they just readjusted. Okay. Going to be a handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to try the middle of the field, and he's going to get up to about the 33-yard line. So nice gain there, about 4 yards. Second down, 6. $12 touchdowns so far for Jared Goff and 75% completion. That's pretty incredible. So 14-25 lead on the first quarter. Second down and 6 from the 33-yard line. Jared Goff under center, 2 tight ends to the left. Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. Going to be a handoff once again, Jahmyr Gibbs, who's going to basically get like a yard, maybe. Great job there by the Chiefs. Going to be third down and 5. Third down and 5. 13:50 left to go in the first quarter. Jared Goff, shotgun formation with Gibbs to his right. Drops back and pass. Looks to the left. Throws wide open as Sam Laporte up to the 40. Cuts back inside down to about the 45-yard line. And that's going to be a first down for the Detroit Lions. I will say this too. The linebackers for the Chiefs have been terrible in coverage. So Nick Bolton, he's looking, I don't know why, but he's just looking really slow. Is Nick Bolton actually hurt? Because he's been looking like really slow compared to in years past. From the 45-yard line, going to be 2 tight ends to the right. Jared Goff under center. Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. Going to be a handoff once again. Going to try the middle of the field up to, got cut down. But a gain of about 4 yards. So second down 6, 12:50 left to go in the first quarter. Oh my goodness. Noddy is 119 out of 119. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy. Not going to lie. All right. so shotgun formation. Second down 6 from the 49-yard line. Jameer Gibbs to his right. Drops back a pass and throws a floater that's going to be caught. That's going to be a first down, gain of about 7 yards. Jameson Williams. 12-10 left to go in the first quarter. First down 10 for the Lions. Slow and steady. Like I said, I would like for the Lions to kind of take it slow and steady, especially because, your secondary is very banged up. So you know they're going to try to air it out on you. So try to, take up as much time as you possibly can. Kind of wear down this defense. I like that. Jared Goff under center from about the 44-yard line. Going to be a play action pass. And is going to throw, check down up to Jameson Williams, up to the 35, up to the 30. Tries to jump over Jalen Watson. That fails miserably. Don't know why I tried to do that. But it's still going to be a first down regardless. So 11:30 left to go in the first quarter. Another first down for the Lions. Basically just runs it like a drag. Just they're playing deep. And I don't know why he tries to jump over Jalen Watson. It almost failed miserably. Well, it quite did fail miserably. From the 29-yard line, Jared Goff can be under center, 2 tight end set. Going to send Amon-Ra St. Brown in motion. Going to be hand to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's going to be stopped for about a 2-yard gain. He's second down 8. That was Cook that came down from the safety position, kind of cut him off. David Montgomery has not been on the field just yet. 10:30 left to go in the first quarter, still 0-0. From the 27-yard line, Jared Goff going to be a handoff to Jameer Gibbs up to the 25, up to about the 20-yard line. Well, about the 21-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Detroit Lions. Oh, man, my head is hurting. So from the 21, 3rd down 2. Jared Goff under center, 2 tight ends to the right. Jameer Gibbs in the backfield. Going to send Amon-Ra St. Brown into motion over to the left. Going to be a hand to Jameer Gibbs, who is going to power forward to get the first down. 2-yard gain, first down and 2 for the Lions. Good on Jameer. I'm just waiting for them to eventually give Montgomery a carry. Because so far it's been all Gibbs so far. All right, 9:20 left to go in the first quarter. It's been over 5.5 minute drive. From the 19, shotgun formation, Jameer Gibbs to his right. Drops back to pass. Throws quickly, and that's going to be a hook and ladder. And they're not really fooled, but Jameer Gibbs is able to escape and get to about the 10-yard line for about a 9-yard gain. Second down and 1. So, good hook and ladder. Honestly, like I said, they had it covered. And then, like I said, just great job by Jameer Gibbs there. Said if Noah Williams actually tackles right there, it would be good. But instead, it's he stepped out of bounds earlier. So, it would be a 3-yard gain, second down 7. Shotgun formation. Jameer Gibbs to his right. From the 15. Jared Goff going to send Tesla into motion over to the left. And going to be a handoff to Jameer Gibbs. He's got a nice little lane up to the 10. And going to get depends on the spot. I think he might get the first down. It depends on the spot. Yep. First down and 10 for the Detroit Lions. At about the 8.5-yard line. So first and goal. Like I said, they are taking up a whole lot of clock. So far, it's been almost a 7-minute drive. Oh my gosh, is that Tate Ratledge? Great block there by Tate Ratledge. So first and goal from about the 8-yard line. Jared Goff under center. Jameer Gibbs once again in the backfield. Going to send Amon-Ra St. Brown in motion. Going to be a handoff to Jameer Gibbs, who's going to get down 5 and down to about the 4-yard line. Nice getting there by 4 yards. Second and goal from the 4. 7:30 left to go in the first quarter. Like I said, they are just taking their sweet precious time. Jared Goff, shotgun formation, Jahmyr Gibbs to his right. Going to send Sam Laporte into motion. Now going to be a little bit stacked. And going to be handed off Jahmyr Gibbs, who's going to get down to about the 1. Third and goal from the 1 yard line for the Detroit Lions. All right, third and goal from the 1. Let's see if they approach. From the 2, third and goal. Under center, Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield with 2 tight ends in the backfield once again. Going to be handed off Jahmyr Gibbs, who's going to power through, and he's going to be short once again. Fourth and goal from the 1, about the half-yard line. 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 6. Detroit, once again, going to try to go for it. And David Montgomery is now in the backfield. So, 2 tight ends to the left. Going to be a flash and PA boot. Jared Goff just throws it. Why? So it's going to be a turnover on downs. Going to be a turnover on downs. Oh, they called the first time. Okay, good. Good by the Lions calling their first time out. I about said, I was like, why would you even throw it? I mean, the Chiefs are already gasping for air, dude. 5:25 to go in the first quarter. They've taken up over 9 minutes of clock. They have 3 more seconds on the clock, so it's 5:28 left to go for the first quarter. All right, so once again, going to be 3 tight ends. Jared Goff under center. Now he's going to break away. Throws for, Jared Goff somehow catches it and is in for this score. So that's going to be a receiving touchdown for Jared Goff. And a touchdown throw by David Montgomery. It was almost incomplete. That is a wild play. To do. I mean, like, legitimately, Jared Goff almost drops it. Great, not even good, but great block there by Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's crazy. What's up there, Dobie? I'm here to hate watch with the rest of America, but something's wrong. Apparently, everybody's not hating on the same team I'm hating on. Yeah, I know. I know you are. But that right there is crazy. Like, he almost drops it. Great block there by Amon-Ra St. Brown to pretty much prevent McDuffie from intercepting that pass. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how he was able to hold on to that ball, but he's able to hold on to that ball for a touchdown. So it's be 6-0, and I don't know what they're conversating about. There's nothing to conversate about. Huh? Illegal motion. Oh, wow. After discussion, because Jared Goff didn't stop, it was an illegal motion. He's got to be able to pause. So instead of being a touchdown, it's going to be a field goal. So unfortunately, they don't get that. So the 4th and goal going to be a. Are they still going to go for it? Yeah, I'm still going to go for it. All right. I went super fan today. I picked Green Bay and Detroit to lose. I'm 9-1 today with just the Sunday night game left. Yeah, unfortunately, Green Bay did win. Now they did make it a little bit hard. They did make it a little bit rough. Um, but like I said, I'm hoping the Lions win because I want Kansas City to lose. Just because I don't want them to be 3-3 and still be within striking distance of AFC West. That's why. That's why. So I don't know what's going on, but they're taking a long time. Are they going to get a delayed game penalty? Oh my gosh, getting a delayed game penalty. That's crazy. So not only is it legal shift, but it's also delayed game. So it's gonna they're gonna have to kick a field goal. Events. Like I said, the delayed game. Once they make 20-yard field goal, so a very long drive, but only ends up at 3 points. Dobie, it would have been the first time a player beat the same team. I said it would have been hilarious. Almost lost the same exact way. Offense not producing. The defense trying to keep them in the game. They go up. So stuff like that. It's like how in the world is that happening? But I don't know. Like I said, it's still good by the Lions. They took up a lot of time off the clock. They still scored, so they still got some pressure on the Chiefs. But like I said, I'm still kind of concerned about their secondary. So it'll be interesting to see how this is going to go for the Lions against, like I said, people like Xavier Worthy. Tyquan Thorne's been a deep threat as well. So that'll be interesting to see how Kirby Joseph handles that. I like Kirby Joseph, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle Brian Branch. Like I said, I think they probably put him more at corner this week because they have literally 5 people out, which is, like I said, it's not as bad as it was last year. But in one particular position, it's pretty bad. Five people out is kind of ridiculous. So you never know. Let's see here. Dobie, the Packers 2025 are the Bears to Khalil Mack. Them facing going to be first down. I don't know why that happened. That's probably the reason why some of the people left. Dadgum, dude. I don't know why that's the case. No, dude. I don't know why that's the case. Is it still frozen? Are we good? Dadgum, man. From the 30-yard line, going 1 yard gain, and that is DJ Reader. Yes, it is DJ Reader with a tackle. Second down 9. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know why that's the case. That it's freezing. I hope it stops because, like I said, I don't want it to be messing up, and then that's the reason why people aren't staying. So 3-0, 4:50 left on the first quarter. Second down 9 from the 39-yard line. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation with Pacheco to his left. Going to send 9 from the 39-yard line. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation with Pacheco to his left. Going to send Kelsey in motion. Going to drop back to pass. And he's going to throw to Kelsey up to the 35, up to the 40. First quarter. I said Kelsey isn't the fastest, but he's got some moves. He's got some moves for sure. So they are playing Brian Branch back though. They're playing Brian Branch at safety. So they got their safety position fixed, but I'm trying to see who's going to be at corner. So from the 46-yard line, shotgun formation, going to send Hollywood Brown in motion up to the right. Drop back to pass, and is going to throw across his body, and that's going to be caught up to the 40, to the 35, 30, up to the 25, and down to about the 24-yard line is Juju Smith-Schuster. It's still cutting in and out? Dadgummit, man. Why is it doing that? I left for a whole 3 minutes to see what would happen, and it said that only a minute of content was missed. I don't know why. Like my Wi-Fi looks good. I'm not like having like the normal message where like it's saying like it's not connecting. I don't know why it's cutting in and out. It's so dumb. Dadgummit, man. I hope it fixes itself on its own. From the 24-yard line, we hand off to Pacheco. Tries the left side up to the 20, up to the 15, up to about the 12-yard line for another first down for the Kansas City Chiefs. Hopefully it fixes. It's a bit now. Okay. Like I said, hopefully it fixes on its own. Hopefully it does. It's going to be first down 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, so from the 13-yard line, shotgun formation, going to have Pacheco to his 11-yard line. Second down, 8. Let's see, Doe, because it's crazy you were talking about my comments about the Packers, and it literally cut out your entire reaction to what I said about them. Really? Dadgummit, dude. Because I watched back some of the stuff for, like, on the Saturday night stream, and also refreshed my computer or something like that. I don't know. So maybe I'll have to do that after this game. But that's frustrating. Second down, 8. Going to be a play action pass, and Mahomes going to roll out to his right. Just throws one away. It's going to be third down and 8. 1:59 left to go in the first quarter. Let's see if the Lions get a couch. Like, snap within an instant without showing your arm moving towards the couch. No, I was kidding. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. It's okay, Dobie. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully it fixes on its own. That gets some pressure, and it's going to scramble, and it's going to get down to about the 5-yard line, but be about 2 yards. Oh, actually, to the 6-yard line. Be 3 yards short. Fourth down and 3. Yeah, I don't know why. No, I'm just kidding. I did that again. I don't know why it's doing that. 1:40 left to go in the first quarter. It's be fourth down and 3. Kansas City looking like they're going to kick a field goal. All right, so try to tie it up. Oh, no, they're going for it. They are going for it. Okay, never mind. They're going for it. So, fourth down and 3. 1:20 left to go in the first quarter. 2 tight ends to the left. Hunt to his right. Drop back to pass and throws. And that's going to be wide open is Worthy. And that is a touchdown for the Kansas City Chiefs. 1:11 left to go in the first quarter. And the Chiefs take the early lead. I hope it fixes itself, because that's going to be dumb if that's the case, if it just keeps on cutting. I was against Meek Robinson, too. Uh-oh. The siren's going out. All right, so kick is up. The kick is... He shanked it! Oh, my gosh. Bucker shanks it, and now it's 6-3. Well, see, but this time it was far left. It was far left, just hooked it, So, yeah, maybe what are you doing? So, I don't know, dude. Shawshank Butler? Wait, Butler? Or, no, Bucker. I was thinking about Butler. Dude, Shawshank Redemption's a good one. That's a good movie. I can't watch it all the time because then you get depressed, but it's a good movie. Oh, you meant to say this, and it's like a trailer for Tron Ares. I did not watch the movie. My friends watched the movie, and I was like, I'll join up with y'all after y'all watch it, but I'm not going to watch it. And afterwards, they were like, you made a wise decision. I was like, I knew. Like I said, I'm not like, I like Tron Legacy. I do. I do think that the thought process, it's like, oh, all of us are now Tron movie, or finally to finally, yeah, gravitate me towards like actually liking it. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna be good. Yeah, it looks like I dodged a bad movie. I haven't watched a lot of movies honestly, in theaters. I just kind of waited there for them to go. Yeah, Adobe didn't really look good. Like I said, it didn't really look good. I don't know what it is, but like sometimes the trailers they do the most trailer thing, and there was like a weird reveal where it's like like oh yeah, or it's like one of those kind of like we're about to be a bad butt coconut right here, and it's like don't do that. It makes it look kind of cringy. So we returned about the 8-yard line, up to the 20, up to about the 25, up to about the got upended about the 29-yard line. It's Craig Reynolds. So first down 10 for the Detroit Lions. 106 left to go in the first quarter. Only down by 3 because that shank by Harrison Butker. Let's see here, Dobie. You dodged a bullet like Super Mario jumped over that trash movie. Absolutely. I jumped over it, I stomped on it, and I got a little boost. I got a boost in, brain cells by not watching that movie. So, first down 10. Under center going to be an I formation. Oh, now it's actually going to be 2 tight end set. With 32? Yeah, about the 32-yard line, 32.5-yard line. About a gain about 3. So, second down and 7 for the Detroit Lions. On that first drive, it was pretty much all Jahmyr Gibbs. So I assume they're going to try to use Dan Montgomery a lot more on this drive. So 35 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Second down 7. Jared Goff, shotgun formation. Going to have 2 tight ends to the left. Dan Montgomery to his left. Now going to send Bro across the middle to be caught up to the 50, up to the 45, and somersault. So that's going to be Sam Laporta up to about the 43, 42-yard line for another Lions first down. 10 seconds left. Probably going to let this clock go all the way down. And they'll be down by 3, but a great gain of 26 yards there by Sam Laporta. And we're going to the end of the first quarter. So that has is good. I've seen Hassan Haskins. I'm for 100. Pretty good. So right now. Here we go. What's up there, Zoe? How you doing? Unfortunately, the Chiefs drove all the way down. I just realized my mic is over there. Hope you can still hear me. Unfortunately, the Chiefs drove all the way down, but our main man, Harrison Butker, shanked the extra point. So, there is some good news. Oh, so good. I love me some Dr. Pepper. All right. What is y'all's favorite sodas? What's y'all favorite sodas? All right, let's see here. Dobie, Ryan has been frozen for a few minutes, but he's back up again. Good. I don't know why it's doing that. I really don't. I really don't. Last night, and I didn't know about it. So, I don't know what's the case. I don't know why I got to do that. But it sucks. It sucks. Sucks. All right, so from the 42-yard line, going to be under center with 2 tight ends to the left. I got David Montgomery in the backfield. Going to be hand off to David Montgomery. Going to try the middle of the field up to the 40, up to the 35, up to, great job there, pushing forward up to the 29-yard line. Let's see here. Pepsi, okay. Sprite. So, Sprite, Chris Jones beat his man, and then Penei Sewell was just like, all right, let me just, hit check you pretty much. He just pushed him down. Okay, who does he beat? Does he beat Penei Sewell at first? Yeah, he beats Penei Sewell, and then Penei Sewell is like, all right, let me go back at you. It just knocks him over. All right, so it's a gain of 6 yards, second down and 4. Jared Goff under center with, I'm trying to tell if it's, going to be a handoff to, play action pass, dump off to Amon-Ra St. Brown, cut back, he should have just cut back in. Still gains about a yard or so, but it'd be third down and about 3 or 2. But yeah, Sprite can also hit. You also like Sprite Chill, yes. Sprite was a great mixer or a chaser back in my drinking days. I've heard that. I don't know. Dude, I'm trying to think of what it was called again. I'll think about it in a second. Third down 3. Jared Goff in shotgun formation with Dan Montgomery to his left. Going to send Sam Laporta in motion. Drops back a pass, and he's got time, got plenty of time. Throws, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be up to Jameson Williams, up to the 5, and that's going to be in for the score. Jameson Williams, and that's going to be 9-3. Extra point, make it a 4-point game. I can't remember what it was called, but it's basically kind of like Sprite Tropical. Or it might have been Sprite Tropical, but it had like a different like mix because it doesn't taste the same as what it is right now. But back in the day, it was so freaking good, and I can't think what it's called. I want to say it was like Sprite Tropical, but it was actually good. Like Sprite Tropical now is not that good, but like it used to be good, and like it's not just me being a young kid. Like my mom and my sister, we both say the same exact thing. We both say the same exact thing. So I don't remember what it's called. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it, but it tasted really stinking good. Like very refreshing, very refreshing. And then Pepsi, I don't like regular Pepsi, but I do like me some Pepsi Wild Cherry. I love me some Pepsi Wild Cherry. After this extra point, I'll talk about it in a second. So Jake Bates on for the extra point to make it a 4-point game. 12:49 left to go in the second quarter. Snap, hold, kick is up, and kick is right down the middle. So it is 10-6 for the Lions. But back in the day, in my sister started in high school, so like 2015, 2016. At where I'm from, we used to have, and this tells you like this before, a lot of inflation. We used to have, you could buy 2 drinks. It would be like, at some stores would be Pepsi products, at some stores would be Coke products. So when it was going to the Pepsi store, like the one that's closer by our house, like my sister would always get a Mountain Dew of some kind, and I would always get Pepsi Wild Cherry. I just loved Wild Cherry. I like cherry flavored things to begin with, but it hits. It hits. Let's see here. Parker, are you mad that James Franklin got fired today? I'm not mad. I'm confused by why they did it now. Outside of what we talked about before, Parker, where you said about Tyler Smith taking on the role of interim head coach, I think it's fair for him to basically have, okay, you got the Iowa game to be your first game, and then you got back-to-back top 10 teams. But if you are Penn State and you can somewhat salvage your season and you go 7-5, like say you lose to Iowa State, you lose to Penn State, then I think depending on how you play in those games, that it could be potential that Tyler Smith actually, wins the job. Him being a former player, him being, tutelage under James Franklin. So if he's able to actually, compete in some of those games, then maybe that might give him a chance. Outside of that, if they don't do well, then you're Penn State and you're like, oh, we'll just go with a different person. But I'm not mad about it. I just question the decision to do it now. But, yeah. Let's see here. Hey, I'll say it to this day, I die. I said it the year we drafted Mitch, and that I wanted Pat Mahomes. That's rough. His player comparison with Jay Cutler, we had just gotten rid of Jay Cutler going to the draft. It would have been just the perfect plug and play. With the difference was with the defense stacked to go. I will die on that hill, no matter how much I'm in love with our quarterback we have today, and I truly hope it really is a win-win trade for both the Bears and the Panthers. So far, looking good this year. Yeah, like I said, so far, obviously you won the trade. Like I said, the players you're able to get, you've won the trade. But if Bryce Young is the dude, doesn't matter. If Bryce Young is the dude, it doesn't matter. And honestly speaking, it's probably better that way, that we got rid of some of those picks so that Scott Fitter didn't have to screw up our team even more. So, because, like I said, goodness gracious, it's been bad. But, yes, so like I said, I agree with you to the point where I didn't understand the Mitch Trubisky hype. Him and Daniel Jones both had the same thing where, like, I didn't understand the hype. Mahomes went to the perfect situation for himself, though. That's the deal. Mahomes from the 31-yard line, shotgun formation with Pacheco to his right. drops back a pass, and is going to avoid the sack. Great throw up to the 50-yard line. That's Hollywood Brown. First down for the Chiefs. He avoided the sack and just threw it to Hollywood Brown. That's amazing about Matt Mahomes. But my thing, I will say this, Dobie. Just like I think that Ben Johnson is the perfect coach for Caleb Williams, I don't think he would have had the perfect. He would have been able to work with Mahomes. My thing is this: I think that Andy Reid is the real thing. I'll talk about that in a second. From first down 10, from about the 49-yard line, Mahomes drops with a pass, throws to be a no-look pass to Noah Gray up to the 45, down about the 44-yard line. You see, Andy Reid was there when the air raid was being established. Like in BYU, he was like an offensive lineman during that time. So he has been there every step of the way of the air raid. So when you get an air raid quarterback who's the perfect air raid quarterback for you, especially early on, you're able to fix some of the problems that he has. You're able to fix some of the problems he has. You're actually able to get somewhat of a run game. You'll be able to get some of the weapons that like you need to have those deep ball passing. But the continued progression by Patrick Mahomes under Andy Reid's tutelage of where Patrick Mahomes is not the same as that quarterback he was in 2018 and 2019. Like you can see he's not the same as that quarterback because he's evolved. He's evolved from playing that backyard style football where he's backing up, 8 yards because in that Super Bowl where Tampa Bay won, that was a huge part of the game where basically, they were like the edges like kept on getting pressure because he kept on, backing up like 7, 8 yards instead of taking the like 5 or 6 steps drops. He's maybe taking like 7 or 8 because that was what he used to in college. So you see like his progression even after he's had an MVP, even after he's won a Super Bowl. You see his progression by and Andy Reid. I don't know if you get that with Matt Nagy. Now, obviously, I think Patrick Mahomes is still like a great player, but I think that sometimes we forget the coaching. We forget the coaching that makes the difference. Because, like I said, a lot of times people are like, well, what if this happened? And they don't even talk about the coaching. They just talk about like, well, if the player was here, he would have done well. And it's like, really? Would he have? No. But let's see here. Parker, will Louisville football beat Miami or not? Ooh, see, that's the interesting one. So I think Louisville has a shot because, and I was talking about this before with Miami. Miami is an absolute train right now, but the massive concern that I have for them is that they get complacent very, very easily. And the same exact problem they had last year, where like their defense would give stuff up, they're doing it again. They're doing it again this year. And yeah, you could be like, well, Louisville is a talented team, especially a talented offense. So I think Miami still wins, but I do think it's the same exact ordeal where Miami like barely wins because they almost let Louisville come back and win. That's my prediction. They still win. They get scared because basically Louisville has come back, almost losing it again. And it's once again we're like, hey Miami, you should be the number 1 team in the country. You should be, all these little accolades that you want to have for the season. Don't mess it up. And right now, it's getting very close for Miami. Dobie, how about Dowdle in a first-round pick for DJ Moore? Round pick. No, not Kirby Joseph. Oh man, you can't have Kirby Joseph get out too. Oh no. Okay, so Kirby Joseph is hurt. Crap, dude. You already have like 5 injuries in the secondary. 3rd down and 4. Going to be handed to Kareem Hunt, who is going to be tackled. Great job there by Anzalone. And that's going to be 4th down and about 2. And there is some pushing and shoving going on kind of late. Dadgummit, man. Kirby is so good, too. Out of Illinois. Underrated ball hawk in college. He was a little bit on the smaller side. He's not as big. And so I think that's the reason why, if I remember correctly, I think that's the reason why he fell. But he was a ball hawker in college, and like I said, he fell to I think the 3rd or 4th round. So 4th down and 1. Mahomes is going to be hand off to Hunt, who's going to get the first down pretty easily. Going to be a 3-yard gain. Dadgummit. All right. Well, let's see here. Dobie, yeah, definitely. If we had drafted Mahomes, I wouldn't have minded keeping Matt Nagy. He was like 34, 31 while you would have had a better offense. Like I said, do I think that you would have competed for NFC? Maybe not, but you would have competed to make the championship game. So, first down 10, going to be an end around, flea flicker. 25 will go in the second quarter. They are down 10 to 6, but they are driving. They are driving. Let's see here. Parker, will Oregon football beat Rutgers or not? I think they will. Like I said, I don't believe in the Rutgers. Um, but I will say that Oregon Oregon got kind of punched in the mouth against Indiana. And so I'm not necessarily surprised. I'm keeping my eye on for Oregon. I'm like, okay, you got punched in the mouth by Indiana. So when you go up against another good team and you get punched in the mouth, how are you going to respond? Because you did against Penn State, but then Penn State ended up being not the best team. So do I think they're frauds? No, I don't think Oregon's frauds, but I don't think they're going to make a. I didn't think they were going to make a deep playoff run this year either, because I do think that Dante Moore is going to come back, and then there'll be like a more senior laden class. But yeah, Mahomes that's back into throw. He's going to fumble. Great job there, and that's going to be recovered by Patrick Mahomes. That's none other than Aiden Hutchinson forcing that fumble to make it third down and about probably like 20 something. It was way back there. But Aiden Hutchinson absolutely just continued to put a tight end quick hitter one. I get it, but why are we doing that? So third down 18 from the 36-yard line. Mahomes drops back a pass and is going to throw a nice little screen pass to Julius Smith-Schuster up to 30, up to 25. Almost got a first down. That's really stinking close. And now they're going to go for it. It's like 4th and 2. It was 3rd and 18. How are y'all letting them get back in this? Dadgummit, man. All right. I feel like a trade like that would be a win-win because you have a wide receiver core of young guys. We don't really need a veteran guys. We have Hunter Renfrow. It's not really familiar for DJ Moore anymore because there's nobody that's really here that he like said. There's some people that he would know, but it would basically be Taylor Moton, Ike Mekwanu, J.C. Horn a little bit, Derek Brown. Is that? Oh, J.J. Brady Christensen. So about 7 people on our roster with 1.5 yards from the 19-yard line. Going to be shotgun formation, 2 tight ends to the right, and going to be a great job there by the defense. Great job there by, who is that, Harper? Great job there by number 12. Getting deflection. It's going to be turnover on down. 6:55 will go in the second quarter. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. There might be somebody else, but I'm trying to think. Were there other lines injuries earlier this game? I don't think so. They talked about the fact that there was like 5 injuries in the secondary, in the cornerback room. There's 5 cornerbacks that were down. 3 that were in free agency. Terran Arnold is also down, and somebody else is also down as well. So that's the reason why I'm a little concerned about that. Hold on a second. Where do I know him from? Oh, it's the Spider-Man Homecoming. It's the Tinker dude. Wait, is he playing? Is that John Wayne Gacy? Holy crap, dude! He's playing John Wayne's for Will Missouri 4 straight. Our fan base is going to explode. It's already basically exploded. But if we lose 4 straight to ranked opponents, and Hugh becomes 1 in whatever he is, like 18 against ranked opponents, it's probably worse than that. Yeah, dude, it's not going to be good. I can tell you that it's not going to be good. I'll be streaming it, so you can be able to watch and see if we actually do beat Missouri, but I'm hoping that Auburn does. I really hope we do. Oh, man, I can't think of it if we don't. Let's see here. Dobie, I think DJ could have a huge game soon. Hopefully tomorrow, but soon. I'm not looking to unload DJ Moore either. Yeah, like I said, I get it from like a younger standpoint, especially like, you can kind of see the writing on the wall. Eventually he's going to be traded. If I am DJ Moore, I'm looking to go to a contender where I'm not going to have to share targets that much. Like, if DJ Moore tried to go back to the Panthers, like, he would have to share targets because something that I appreciate that Dave Canales does, he incorporates the tight ends a lot. So you have the tight ends, you got our 4 young wide receivers, and whenever Jay Coker comes back, not Jay Coker, sorry. But, yeah, like I said, like whenever Coker comes back. And then also, like I said, we do also throw some passes to our running back. So if I'm DJ Moore, I'm looking for more of like someplace that's like, I'm actually going to be involved. First down 10 from the 20-yard line will be a handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs, who gets upended, but gets about 5 yards, second down 5 from the 25-yard line. If I'm DJ Moore, I would probably, let me think of who I might trade DJ Moore to. Let's see here. Parker, will South Carolina beat OU or not? It depends on what OU shows up. Like, Mateer being as bad as he was, Jahmyr Gibbs, and great job there by Leo Chanel and also Nick Bolton for no gain, third down and 5, 6:08 let it go second quarter. Yeah, I would go with Oklahoma. I would go with Oklahoma, but I'm not confident in it because, like I said, I don't. Is going to scramble and great block there up to look at there. Would DJ Moore work in an Arthur Smith offense? Think about it. So right now, the number 2 for Pittsburgh is like, what you say, like Calvin Austin? So you could upgrade with DJ Moore and have him work with DK Metcalf. Going to be a handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs. Got his place up to the 40, up to the 45, and down to about the 48, 49-yard line. Another first down for the Detroit Lions. 4:40 left to go in the second quarter. Still up 10-6. So that's a possibility. Ravens, no, they wouldn't try to trade for him because, like I said, they're more than likely not going to try to gain assets, especially how bad the season's gone for them. Bengals, no. Browns, no. Let's see, AFC South. Ooh, let's see. AFC South has potential. Under center, I formation. Going to be, once again, a handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs. Going to try the right side, and he gets, bouncing out. And he gets up to about the 7-yard gain. It was initially like a 1 or 2 yard gain. He kept on moving. Clock didn't stop. Well, the whistle didn't blow. And he got about 7 yards. Great job there by Jahmyr Gibbs. Kind of like working his way through there. Actually, no, not in the AFC South. Because Colts are loaded. Jaguars probably not going to trade for him. They could, though. But they might not. They got Parker Washington. Under center, 2 tight ends to the right. Going to send Amon-Ra St. Brown to the motion up to the left. And it was supposed to be like a screen, but it got blew up real quick. So third down and 4. Excuse me for burping as well. Sorry about that. See, AFC East. I mean, technically the Bills could do it, but that's pretty much like Khalil Shakir's role. Patriots aren't going to do it. That's basically Stephon Diggs' role. And the other 2 are just lost causes. AFC West? Maybe. Let me check and see for a second. Third down and 4 from the 46-yard line. Shotgun formation with Dave Montgomery to his left. Going to be a handoff to Dave Montgomery, who is going to get like 2 yards. So it's 4th and 2. 3:20 left to go in the first quarter. Don't know why we're doing that, but okay. Are they going for it? Yeah, they are. So 4th and 2. I mean, I guess it makes it a little bit easier for you. So 4th and 2. Gracious. Cross-body pass. Throws under pressure, and it's dropped. Dropped by Amon-Ra St. Brown. Noah Williams position. It's a low pass, but it's a catchable ball. It's a catchable ball. Dude. Let's see. AFC West. Chiefs eventually going to get Ray Rice. Ray Rice will. South. No, in NFC South, I could see try to trade for him. NFC East. Um, it depends on CeeDee Lamb. If he gets healthy, then I don't think the Cowboys will try to trade for him. But I don't know. Eagles no. Commanders no. Giants maybe, but like I said, that would be if the Giants win. Hold a second. If the Giants win next week, maybe because they could try to get DJ Moore to kind of fill that Malik Neighbors role. Obviously, it wouldn't be the same, but like that's potential. That's potential for the Giants. And I go trade in division, and then NFC West. Like, ooh, wait. With Puka Nacua being hurt, how long is Puka Nacua out? Does anybody remember how long Puka Nacua is out? That could actually work. DJ Moore to the Rams for the time being. That could actually work. Because outside of them, maybe the 49ers try to take DJ Moore, especially how injured they are. So those would be my three. Those are my three potential. If DJ Moore was to move on, Giants, Rams, 49ers. All right, let's see here. Dobie, Michigan's overrated. I knew USC would win. I need USC to knock Notre Dame out of the playoffs. That would be hilarious. Do I think it's going to happen? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Will Vanderbilt football beat LSU or not? I kind of think they can. I honestly, I think, and I predicted at the very beginning of the season, I predicted that Vandy would beat LSU. I have LSU being 8-4 this season, and I think it can still happen because, like I said, I think they're highly overrated. So Mahomes throws a little screen pass to Pacheco. Great job there by Alex Anzalone, and that's going to be no gain. 2nd down 10. But yeah, I'm picking Vanderbilt to win. I think they can. Mainly because I think that they can run the ball, and I think they can kind of somewhat, limit the run. And the LSU can't run the ball. They can't. So I would probably pick Vanderbilt to win. From the 45-yard line, shotgun formation, Pacheco to his right. Drops back a pass, and is going to throw, and that's going to be caught by Hollywood Brown. 1st down 10 by the 42-yard line. And that was Rock Ya-Sin who was on coverage. And 2:01 to go in the second quarter. Let's see here. Dobie, DJ Moore to the Bucks. No. DJ Moore, we're not taking him to the Bucks. Dobie, don't try to speak that to existence. I do not want to see DJ Moore in the Bucks. No, please no. Bucky Irvin in a 4th round pick for DJ Moore. Yeah, absolutely. We can throw in DeAndre Swift, and Tampa can bump up that pick to a 2nd or a 3rd. Dobie, I think you could try that in Madden, but I don't think it's going to happen in real life. If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traded Bucky Irvin, the fans would riot in the streets for 3 days. So no, they're not. Unfortunately, no, they're not letting go of Bucky Irvin. Let's see here, Parker. Will Utah football beat BYU or not? See, that's interesting. I get why Game Day is doing the Georgia Ole Miss game, but BYU and Utah's playing tonight. Not tonight, but next week. The Holy War. That's what's called the Holy War. Is their rivalry. I think it's gonna be close. I'm going with Utah, but like I said, I think it's gonna be a back and forth game. Anyone can win. I'm giving the slight edge to Utah, but I'm not confident in it. I'm not. Like I said, I'm gonna be glad to watch the game. I'll be glad just to watch the game. I'm not gonna stream it because if I remember correctly, isn't it? Let's see. Is it like the late game? Let me double check and make sure. Let's see here. BYU. Let's see. No, it has it at 7 o'clock. Okay. That's not too bad, actually. But no, because I'll be streaming the Auburn game. Because Auburn Missouri is at 7:45. Dang it. That would be a fun game to stream. But yeah, I'm going with Utah. I know it's at BYU. I'm going Utah. I'm not confident because I think it's gonna be a back and forth game. But it's gonna be a good one. Gonna be a good one for sure. All right. Well, Chiefs able to kind of get out of a sticky situation. Got down to the 42-yard line, so it's be first down 10, outside the 2-minute warning. You're down by 4, but you're in striking distance trying to make this a 3-point game. Or a 2-point game if, Harris Bucker misses another extra point. But you never know. So, from the 42-yard line, shotgun formation with Pacheco to his left. 2 tight ends to his right. Going to be hand-up, so Pacheco is going to try the right side and is going to get up to the 40 and get absolutely crushed there by Kirby Joseph, who is back in the game. Good job of Kirby Joseph. He's good. Good. Parker, will Ohio State football beat Wisconsin or not? Absolutely. Dude, Wisconsin is so bad. So bad. Second down 8. Going to be a throw that's going to be caught. That's going to be none other than Travis Kelce. 8-yard gain. First down 10 for the Chiefs. 1:30 left to go in the second quarter. Clock continues to run. 2 timeouts for each team. But yeah, Wisconsin is it's just not good. They're not good at all. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate that Luke Fickell is going to get fired. More than likely he's going to get fired. 1:18 left to go second quarter. First down 10. Going to have Mahomes in shotgun formation with Pacheco to his right. Trips to the left. Drops back to pass and has got time. Throws off the right side and way off base. I guess miscommunication. Second down 10, 1:03 left to go in the second quarter. Let's see here. Dobie, one of my 2 favorite quarterbacks growing up who went to BYU. He was left-handed, yes, Steve Young. My other favorite quarterback growing up, when I was a kid, went to Stanford. John Elway. So we're talking about Elway and or Jim Harbaugh. No, Jim Harbaugh didn't want to go to Stanford. He went to Michigan. What am I talking about? He coached at Stanford. Mahomes throws dropped by Kelce. Oh, third down 10, baby. 1 minute left to go in the second quarter. Let's see if Detroit Lions get a little stop here. You got 2 timeouts, so you do have potentially scoring after if you get a stop right here. But yeah, I'm assuming you mean yes, Dobie. Good, I got it right. Let's go. Yeah, Steve Young and then John Elway. 2 of the most talented quarterbacks. Unfortunately for Steve Young, he only won 1 Super Bowl by himself. And then John Elway, by the time that his teams were stacked, is when he won his Super Bowls. But he made it a Super Bowl, but he could never win those. Mahomes getting pressure and he's going to throw a deep bomb and out of the reach. What? Rock Ya-Sin gets called for pass interference on Travis Kelce with Taylor Swift in attendance. First down 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, let's see. Because it was a little bit of overthrown ball. So let's see. Is it truly pass interference or Rock Ya-Sin just being upset for no reason? Let's see here. All right, so Rock Ya-Sin. Yeah, you tug, bud. You tug. Right here. Puts his hands on him. And then right here, you tug. It's technically part of the rules. It sucks, but technically part of the rules. He did stupid. So, from the 18-yard line, throws to beat to Travis Kelce, who gets upended down to the 1-yard line. First and goal. 45 seconds left to go in the second quarter. KC is just going to drain this clock. All right, let's see here. Parker, will Georgia Tech football beat Duke? I hope so. I want Georgia Tech so bad to go to the playoffs. I want them to go to the playoffs so bad. Please let Georgia Tech don't falter unless it's like Georgia, then that makes sense. But don't be upset, Georgia Tech. Don't get upset. All right, let's see here. I'm ready when the meme moves from 6'7" to 7'8", Eli and Young. I'm I don't hear it I do hear it a lot with my students, but I don't hear it as much as I used to. So at least there's that. So wild card round in '94, the Bears played the Vikings and the Packers played the Lions in that wild card round. Ah, video because the Chargers in 1994 is an anomaly, and they don't get talked about enough. They don't get talked about nearly enough as they should. So first and goal is offsides, so it's a free play. Mahomes rumbles in for the touchdown. It doesn't matter; it's offsides anyway. So first touchdown, well not first touchdown. Um, is that the second touchdown for Mahomes? No, he's the first one because he didn't throw the first one. It was a rushing touchdown. So it is 12-10. Extra point making it. I want to believe Texas A&M will win, but Arkansas's offense is very intriguing. I'll say it after this extra point's done because we're probably going to commercial break. Yeah, kick is up, kick is good. Arkansas's offense, especially with Taylor Green, is a remarkable quarterback who is like I said, he's got dual threat ability. He can make a lot of throws. His decision making can be questionable, but like I said, he's got a good arm. He's got good legs. I think there's a chance that like they can cause Texas A&M some problems. I really do. I'm gonna go with Texas A&M to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Arkansas, makes it a run for the money. Texas A&M's got plenty of weapons. That defensive line against Arkansas offensive line is probably going to cause Teddy Gray some problems. But, like I said, I still think the offense for Arkansas can make it interesting. But I would still go with Texas A&M. But be on upset watch for Arkansas. Ooh, that's good. I don't know why, but my throat is like, gives me a feeling a little sore. Like I wasn't screaming or anything. I don't know what that is. Let's see here. Dobie, Junior Seau was on that Chargers team. Exactly. Junior Seau was on the Chargers team. But do you remember who the quarterback was? I can guarantee you probably don't. Probably don't remember who the quarterback was. You may remember who the running back is. But, like, I had to look it up because I was like, I don't even know who this person is. And I was looking at it and I was like, it's also an anomaly of, like, how they made the playoffs. Like, how their season started to making it all the way through the playoffs. And then they would have been they would have been an interesting story to talk about if they had actually won, but then they got blew out. Like it was abysmal. And it sucked because, like I said, it was the end of the Bills making it 4 years in a row, and so the Chargers were the new team on the block, and then they failed miserably. So, because that's also when the NFC team had like a run where they won every single year, but Lions. Let's see here. Will Indiana football beat Michigan State or not? Yes. Michigan State's not good. Michigan State's not good. I don't think that Indiana goes to like a trap game after they beat Oregon. I think they run the ball in Michigan pretty efficiently, and you don't have to ask Mendoza to do too much. So from the 32-yard line, shotgun formation, Jared Goff drops in a pass, throws, be caught, and that's going to be Sam Laporta, gets up to about the 37-yard line. Sorry for the burp. 5-yard gain, a second down to 5, 28 seconds left to go in the second quarter, and still a timeout. See, Dobie. Yeah, I don't remember the quarterback by the end of it. I could be wrong, but I'll look at it right now. But I feel like they started bringing other quarterbacks towards the end. Once up to the 40, so a timeout is called by Detroit. 3rd down and about 2. with 22 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Let's see here. Yeah, crazy who the running back was. Yeah, exactly. Parker will knocked out of the playoffs because right now they're not technically knocked out because even though they have two losses are against Texas A&M and Miami. I think of who could potentially beat Notre Dame down the stretch, and I don't really know anybody else besides them. So I'm hoping that USC can win. Shotgun formation with Gibbs to his right from the 40. Jared Goff. Draws back to pass and has got some time. Is going to roll it to his right throw, and that's going to be incomplete. He thought that Gibbs was turning upfield. He thought Gibbs was turning upfield, but Gibbs went to the flat. So 17 seconds to go, second quarter. Still 13-10. Kansas City's up, and the Detroit Lions have to punt this ball away. Dadgummit. He apparently played with Donovan McNabb in his rookie year in Philly. I think so. If I remember correctly. Yeah, let me double check and make sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Because Donovan McNabb was that 1999 draft that Donovan McNabb was taken because it was the same exact draft as Tim Couch. I think so. Going to be returned fair caught at the 11-yard line. 10 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Will Kentucky football beat Texas or not? If Kentucky beats Texas, that would be hilarious. If they beat Texas, then you can look at the fact that Texas put their all into beating Oklahoma. Let's see here. Chargers. Make sure. Yeah, Stan Humphries was the starting quarterback. I couldn't even think by that time. Yeah, Natron Means. Let's see. Did he start? Did he play in Philly? Let's see. And yeah, he had one Pro Bowl year, and then after that, not quite. But yeah, you had Natron Means. You had, let's see, Sean Jefferson, wide receiver. He was leading like a wide receiver slash running back. But yeah, like I said, you didn't really have anybody that's really kind of sticks out. So that's what I'm saying is like it is. Let's see, Junior Seau, Eric Castle, about them. But I might wait to do that for a second. I might do that in like at Oklahoma State. Obviously, like I said, Mike Gundy got fired. So they're on their second week of having an interim. Is it second or third week of having? So they're on their second week of having an interim. Is it second or third week of having an interim? I'm not confident in my pick. I'm not confident in it, but I'm not confident in my pick. I'm not confident in it, but I just go based upon like the fact that I know Cincinnati beat Iowa State. I think Iowa State's a decent team, but I don't know. They're showing a Fred Warner commercial. Dadgum, Fred Warner. I know a couple of injuries so far. But losing Fred Warner, dude, like, I had the 49ers proven correct. Nick Bosa out. That sucks. So not only do you have Nick Bosa out for the season, and then you also have Fred Warner out. Like, that's two massive leaders for your defense. So, I don't know. I think that they can still go on like a little bit of win streak, but dude, like it's so frustrating, man. Also, I wanted them to beat the Buccaneers. The fact that they didn't ticks me off. Let's show right now, the 3rd and 14 that Baker Mayfield was able to get 15 yards on. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Baker. I don't like the Buccaneers though, because it's a division rival. Uh, Virginia football beat Washington State or not? Uh, Virginia should. Like I said, Virginia is one of those teams that's trying to push for the ACC. Um, Georgia Tech to lose because they already have one ACC loss. But I was very surprised that Washington State did what they did to Ole Miss. Now, granted, I think Ole Miss is a little overrated. I do, but the fact that it was, you know, ended up winning that game, but it was much closer than it should have been. And so, do I think that Washington State gets the upset? Uh, sure, sure. I'll say Washington State gets the upset. I think Virginia is a little bit fragile. I don't think that they are really a contender ACC, but right now they are, and that's all you can really ask for them. But I think you know, I mean, technically a loss of Washington State wouldn't be like it's the ACC because Washington State's one of two teams that's still technically in the Pac-12. But yeah, I'll say Washington State could. Let's see here. Dobie, I love Baker. He was the only person that I would have given me that number 6'2". Sanchez didn't deserve it. And no one deserves to get sabbed, but it sounded like he brought that on how it was handled into the Browns because he shouldn't have played. When he got injured in, what was that, 2021, right? Yeah, 2020. Should have never played through the injury and did not throw accurately like 10 yards down the field. That's how bad it was. His shoulder had turned to mush. And with Baker Mayfield, even though it wasn't his throwing shoulder that got hurt compared to Cam Newton, the fact that he still had that little strap on messed up his motion and where he couldn't throw accurately. And he was throwing picks here and there. So it made him look bad, and it gave the Browns an excuse to, one, Jimmy Haslam being stupid, two, an opportunity to get a franchise quarterback in Deshaun Watson. And then thirdly, I don't know why Jimmy Haslam had this thought of trying to get a grown-up in the room when you have Baker Mayfield where, sure, some of the stuff he says obviously rubs people the wrong way. But you're seriously saying that a person who's, everything that happened with Deshaun Watson, he's the grown-up? Doesn't make any sense. But it's also Jimmy Haslam. But it sucked the way that he got cast off. And then in the games that he played, he just didn't play well. He didn't play well in Ben McAdoo's system, which is kind of hard to do. And he got cast off. But the best thing happened to both Baker and Sam Darnold. Their next stops were in places where you can actually develop. Baker goes to Sean McVay. Sam Darnold goes to Kyle Shanahan. Both of them leave from there, go to two really good, and then now Grizzard actually looks pretty good, which is, like I said, the three in a row where you had offensive coordinators actually look good, which is awful to see. And then Kevin O'Connell going to the Vikings, and that was the best thing for Sam Darnold. So, you continue to develop after basically getting your second shot. He wasn't my number one quarterback that year, not even close. I absolutely love Lamar. Lamar is my QB1 because Lamar, as a freshman at Louisville under Bob Petrino, his first start was actually versus. That was a terrible year, but anyways, it was the first year, and I got to see him, and I was like, okay, this is a freshman from Florida. He's being taught by Bob Petrino. Let's just see how that goes. And then a sophomore year comes around, and Lamar is amazing. And I'm like, dude's freaking awesome. And so, I love Lamar. I was the defender of Lamar because I still remember so many people kept calling him a running back. And it ticked me off. And I'm like, no, he actually got good accuracy, and he can develop in the NFL if he's put in the right system. And it just so happens that he was put in the right system. Him being in a Greg Roman offense helped him grow. So same exact thing. Same thing I have for Patrick Mahomes. Sometimes a very talented quarterback has to go to the right system. And so Greg Roman was the perfect system for Lamar. Let's see here. Parker, will Alabama football beat Tennessee or not? That's the toughest one that I have. That's honestly the toughest one I have because I feel like Tim up to a really fun game. I really want to say Tennessee, but I'm probably going to go with Alabama. So I'm excited to see that game, though. I'm excited to see it. See here, Dobie. That old man defended him against Sanchez allegedly. Butt fumble was the a thousandth, a thousandth scoregami ever. Interesting. Didn't know it was a butt fumble. Was that? But yeah, no. The old man, like, if you saw the photos too, like, it made sense why he pulled a knife on Mark Sanchez because he was cut up bad. Like it was, when he said that he thought he was going to die, it looked like he had basically a date with death. So yeah, Mark Sanchez initially, because I can't remember which game it was, but I think it was was it the Texas A&M game? Yeah, it was Auburn Texas A&M. I was streaming it, and then all of a sudden at the very bottom it said that Mark Sanchez stabbed, and I'm like, holy crap! I'm like, sucks for Mark Sanchez. And then the more and more stuff came out, you're like, okay, we should be talking about this old man that got stabbed. Well, old man that did the stabbing. So going to be kickoff underway, and it's going to be returned at about the 5, 10, 15, 20, up to about the 25. So Remigio actually oh my gosh, he goes all the way back to about the 17-yard line. So first down 10 for the Chiefs. Will Ole Miss football beat Georgia or not? I think Georgia will win. I think Georgia will be able to run on Ole Miss, be able to dictate the game. Georgia's defense, though the defensive line is not the best, I think that, especially like their linebackers, I think C.J. Allen is a very good linebacker. I think he's going to be able to be a QB spy on Shameless, and Ole Miss gets their first loss of the season. From the 19-yard line, shotgun formation, going to send Brashard Smith in motion. Going to be throw out to Brashard Smith, who's got to the 20, up to the 25, up to about the 28-yard line. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that Kelsey on down the ground? Kelsey's down on the ground, making sure he's up. It's like second and inches. On the backfield, 8-yard line, first down 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs, up 13-10. Dobie made a big turn, a twist no one was expecting. Yeah, dude. Like I said, it wasn't like I was like huge about Mark Sanchez, but still, I was like being publicly intoxicated and trying to tell somebody that how to do their job, and then attacking that person. Shotgun formation with Pacheco to his right. Mahomes drops by the pass, throws to be caught. Gray up to the 45 to the 50, up to about the 44-yard line of the Detroit Lions. First down 10 for Kansas City. 13-25 to go in the third. Yeah, I did not see that coming out of Mark Sanchez, honestly. Ooh. Poor number 78 for Detroit. He was trying his best to try to go after Mahomes. It's a shotgun formation. Got Pacheco to his left. Going to send Juju in motion over to the right. Drops back a pass and is going to throw across the middle, and is caught by Travis Kelce down to the 31-yard line. First down 10 for Kansas City. Once again, just driving down the field. Not the best throw. Ooh. It doesn't really matter what happens. Well, actually, it does kind of matter because Mahomes ran for about 11 yards, so it's up to the 20-yard line. But it was too many men on the field for the defense, and Mahomes kind of just scrambled around there. So they can take the penalty, but they might just take the first down. Yeah, it's possible that was an incomplete pass. It is possible that was an incomplete pass. Kareem Hunt and also Rashard Smith. Drops back a pass and throws a little screen pass to Hunt up to the 20, up to the 15, and spins into the 9-yard line. Another first down for the Kansas City Chiefs. First and goal for the 9. Like I said, I want the Lions to win, but the defense is not getting any kind of stops. And I'm concerned about their secondary. So, Mahomes once again shotgun formation. Got Hunt to his left. Going to be a pitch out to 19-10, 81-yard drive. 81. Well, Lions, you got to respect. 11-18 left to go in the. Yeah. Thing is that the Lions have not yet started the second half. So, like I said, still got plenty of time. But that defense is very concerning. You can't stop anything, like especially through the air. And that's the one thing that the Chiefs do pretty stinging good is finding spots in your zones. So it was a concern, but I felt good about it. Like I don't know if you can. I realize that I don't know who these Sapphire Reserve celebrities are. Because the one that was talking, I can't remember what her name was anymore, but she apparently is like a country music singer, and she was talking about like her dad's steaks, but that was kind of neat. She's like from I think she wasn't from Montgomery, but she was from near Montgomery, so I had to like look her up. But I was like, I through a lot of my feelings about the Auburn Georgia game, and I woke up kind of early through a lot of my feelings about the Auburn Georgia game. And I woke up kind of early to get prepped for the Jets. Early to get prepped for the Jets Broncos game to watch it, and then it wasn't a good game too, so that kind of sucked. But anyways, kickoff's underway, and it's going to be return about the 1-yard line to the 10, to the 15, up to the 20, up to about the 25-yard line, and down about the 26 is Craig Reynolds. First down 10, 11-11 left to go in the third quarter. Whew. That mistake on that fourth and goal that led to the led to the field goal. The drop pass by Amon-Ra St. Brown, like I said, it's still technically a low throw, but it's still catchable because it's like right here for Amon-Ra, no less. So first down 10 from about the 26-yard line. Jared Goff under center with Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield, 2 tight end set. Going to be a handoff, Jahmyr Gibbs, who's going to get up to about the 30 and down at 31. 11 minutes left to go in the third. Still is 20-10. So Kansas City does still have like a 2-touchdown, well not 2-touchdown, but 2-score lead. So Lions got to get something here, and preferably it's going to be a touchdown because, like I said, I just don't feel very confident your defense getting a stop. So 2 tight ends to the left, Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield, Jared Goff under center. Going to be a handoff to Jahmyr, maybe. So it's like third down about 3. Drops back to 5 would go in the third quarter. It's a first down 10 for the Lions. On Trick McDuffie too, no less. Because it is good coverage. So from the 37-yard line, wide open is Williams, who gets to the 50 and out about the 48-yard line. First down 10. Chiefs were in transition and they totally forgot about him. He was like, why sneak? He's like just got like his heads out. He's like, hey, give it to me. So first down 10, under the center. You got 3 tight ends to the right. Gonna be a hand. Not getting a lot. Not getting a lot for the Lions right now. My head is hurt. On third, still 20-10. Jared Goff trips to the left. Jahmyr Gibbs to the left. Drops back a pass, throws to Jahmyr Gibbs. Going to be kind of a swing action, and he's 8 minutes left to go in the third. That's what happens when you don't attack. I mean, like, Brock Wright tried to just catch instead of attack. So when Drew Tranquil attacked, you can't really do anything about it. So 3rd down 11 for the 49-yard line. Got to get up to 38. We bunch to the right. Jared Goff got Jahmyr Gibbs to his left. And throws a little screen pass, and Williams gets like a yard. Great job there by Cook, and it's going to be a punt for the Lions. 7:20 left to go in the third quarter. Down by 10, and they have to punt. Just dumb play calling. Casey's coming after this one. Punt is underway. Great block by the Lions there. And it's going to be, why did I just let that one go? Remigio almost fumbled it, but he still gets it. So it's going to be 1st down 10 for about the 7-yard line for the Kansas City Chiefs. 6:42 left to go in the third quarter when we come back. I don't know. I appreciate the Chiefs' offense by sticking to what's working, which is trying to get stuff out in space, miss tackles, because so far it's been working. But the Lions' game plan, I just don't understand it, which is fine. But so far, outside of really the first quarter, Amon-Ra St. Brown and one of the best cornerbacks on him, then why are we not trying to, get Jameson Williams more involved, which you're kind of doing. Let's try to stand. But I was kind of hoping the Lions, and they score a touchdown, but I don't know, 3 yards, 2nd down 7. Yeah, if I'm Kansas City, I'm just draining this clock. I'm having a long sustain. 6. Drops back a pass and is going to scramble out to the left, throw, and get a stop. Talented tight ends. Not the best throw by Mahomes, but it's Travis Kelce's going to come down to it, which is not the best throw by Mahomes, but it's Travis Kelce's going to come down to it, which is like from the Mahomes shotgun because it has been freezing like this, so I don't know why it's just 2. 4:15 left to go in the third quarter. Okay, so they got to stop. Chiefs are 4th and 2. You can get 2 yards and you would go for it, but I assume not. Like I said, you're to punt this one away. Thought about the playback speed is normal. It doesn't Dobie. It doesn't do that normally, right? Because if it doesn't normally, then I could be like, oh well, maybe it's just because it's using like the Bluetooth and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know why it's doing it now. What is that? I want the Lions to do something. That's what I want. Honestly, that's all I want. I want the Lions to show up in the second half, and so far they haven't. Because honestly, if the Lions lose, then that's another Super Bowl contender that you're have questions about. Because right now the Lions are okay, well they lost week 1, but week 1's week 1. Now they've been on a little bit of streak. They lose to the Chiefs. Chiefs are well, we've got a good win, and the Chiefs are technically 3-3, and they're still within the AFC West division. Oh, like I said, this season has started off really, really weird, really, really weird. It's better now. Okay, good, Dobie. It's better now. Yeah, this season is. I mean, let's think about it. All right, Panthers are 3-3. Right off the bat, odd season from that point on. We already have a tie. Kind of odd as well. Normally, my playoff or potential playoff team for the last however many years that is, and now they're probably gonna miss the playoffs. Like I said, it's not looking good. What's another oddity? Um, I'll think about it a second. From the 19-yard line, first down 10, two tight ends to the right. Gonna have Dan Montgomery to his right. Actually, going to throw it to David Montgomery. He's got plenty of room, 30, 35, up to the 40, and down at the 42-yard line. 3:20 left to go in the third, and they are actually driving. Still occasionally freezing, but not as bad as it was. Okay, at least it's not as like the .25. That'd be terrible. All right, so first down 10 for the Lions, down by 10, up to about the 42-yard line. Shotgun formation with Montgomery to his left. Going to be play action pass. Montgomery, great block. Throw. This will be caught by Amon-Ra St. Brown to the 50. Side to the defender up to about the 46-yard line. First down 10 for the Lions. 2:40 left to go in the third. All right. We got some kind of offense, which is good. My head still hurt. Left to go in the third. 20-10. Got two tight ends to the left. Now she's going to send Brock Wright in motion over to the left. Draws back a pass. Is getting some kind of pressure. Throws. It'll be caught Amon-Ra St. Brown. Stiffs arm defender up to the 35-yard line. Gain of 11. First down 10 once again for the Lions. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Formation. Going to have David Montgomery to his left. Draws back a pass, and is going to throw, and that's going to be caught. That's going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown down to the 29-yard line. Nice gain there, 6 yards. Second down to 4. $1:20 left to go in the third quarter. Jared Goff, once again, shotgun formation. Going to have Dan Montgomery to his right. So first down at 10. Oh, my goodness. My headache's still hurting a little bit. All right, 36 left to go in the third quarter. Still 20-10. From the 23-yard line. Jared Goff under center. Dan Montgomery in the backfield. First and goal for the Lions, and that will take us to the fourth quarter. Oh. Dude, I don't know why. I really don't know why all of a sudden it just kind of came. All right, well, anyways, it's a 10-point game, but the Lions are driving. The Lions score a touchdown, then I feel pretty good. If they can score a touchdown, I feel pretty good. Because then it'll be a 3-point game. I don't know why I'm hoping that caffeine will help. It's probably not. So. Now my nose stopped up too. That might be part of it too. I don't know. This game. I do love that Mahomes had a pretty good day because fantasy purposes. But I need the Lions to score. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, I'm hoping it helps. I don't know. All of a sudden, like my nose gets stopped up. So that's why I'm like, what the heck? What is this? How to Train Your Dragon with figure skating? What? Or what? What's happening right now? Okay. All right. Well, I've already talked about it. I'm still a little upset that when it's been the basic idea or what they're hiding behind is, well, it's for a new generation. It's for a new generation. So, but if it's good, then why are you remaking it? I understand why you're remaking because you're basically remaking it because, like I said, it's going to make a profit. But why not take risks? I know Disney Plus has kind of failed you for Disney and whatnot, but still. From the 9, throws, let's be caught, this will be Amon-Ra St. Brown. To the 4. Again to 5. Second and goal from the 4. Still 20 to 10. 14:45, let's go in the 4th. All right, Lions. What you gonna do? All right, Dan Montgomery's in there. Gonna be shotgun formation. David Montgomery to his left. Gonna send Sam Porter in motion up to the left. Drops back to pass and is going to throw for the end zone. And is that a touchdown? Yes, it is to Sam Laporta on Connor and makes that a one-possession game. All right, Lions. Let's make sure you got in there. Let's see. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Toe tap. And got his, like I said, he's got possession right there. Toe tap. Absolutely. Absolutely. So now, Lions, can you get a stop on defense? Or force field goal. Kick is up, kick is good. So it is a 3-point game. 14-14. Let's go to the 4th. We need a stop or a turnover. Like an apple turnover. I ain't had an apple turnover in a very long time. So, back in the day, I mean like, not 10, but like 15 years ago, morning, we would make either apple turnovers or cinnamon rolls for breakfast. Like those like Pillsbury ones. Like, it would be both my sister and I's job, and it was switch per month. That's one thing that I do appreciate that my parents did was, both my sister and I had to do stuff on our own. I had to do chores, but we also switched. So, like, it was never too much. It was always like, you just got to remember which month you were supposed to be doing. So, which month, who's taking out the trash? Which month, who's doing the dishes? Which month, who's doing the laundry? Which month, who's vacuuming? Which month is going to do the dusting? Who's doing which bathroom? Who's doing which one? This like stuff. So there's some stuff you got to kind of remember of like whose job it is, and sometimes I would have to ask people like, hey, is it your turn? Or is it my turn to do this? But so like the kind of like knowing how to cook or knowing how to clean or knowing how to do that kind of stuff. With a lot of people in college don't know how to do that. And it's frustrating when a lot of there's some people in high school that couldn't even do laundry. Like I still don't understand that. Like, and I think that's part of it just because that's how I grew up is like because like I just said like they kept on giving us chores, so they didn't have to do it. But so, I mean, whenever I'm a parent, I probably do the same thing. Is like I don't want to do that kind of stuff. So hey, you learn how to do it. My life is as hard as it is. But, like, seeing people in college not know how to do laundry was eye-opening. Because I was like, it's the easiest thing you can possibly do. I get folding is tedious. But it's not like it's like, oh, it's so hard. So, I don't know. But like I said, it was eye-opening for sure. Let's see here. That blows my mind that people can't do basic things like cooking or laundry. And that some people don't know how to use seasonings either. And I know that it's a unfortunate thing that it's associated with my complexion. But I also was a cook, so I also know how to use some spices. But yeah, there were some people in college that made food, and I had to help them cook because they didn't know what they were doing. Um, they'd only had their mother cook for them, and so they didn't know how to cook. And when they cooked, they tried to do it without any seasoning. And I was like, pause. No, we're not. You're not just cooking chicken with no kind of seasoning. So yeah, like I said, that was like I said, eye-opening experience for sure. Gonna be a handoff to Kareem Hunt, who gets down to I guess about a 3 yard gain, second down 7, from the 34 yard line. But yeah, I never understood that caricature until I got to college, and I met people from up north, and also people who never cooked before, and I was like, okay, now I see it. Now I see it. Second down 7, under center with Pacheco in the backfield, two tight end set. Drops back a pass, and it's going to throw. It must have been bad down the line. What? That seemed like a flop. I didn't see it get hit. Was that a flop? I think it's rough for the passer. Oh, and Aiden Hutchinson, no less. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. Aiden Hutchinson gets called for roughing the passer. Yeah, yeah, that's a little that's late. That's late, Aiden. That's late, Aiden. You shouldn't be doing that. Stereotypes are broad generalization that doesn't apply to everybody. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't apply to everybody, but it doesn't stop some of my students put some white stereotypes on me for sure. From the 49 yard line, under center, going to be a toss to Worthy, who's going to get some speed up to the 50, up to about the 45 yard line, and it's going to be about a 6 yard gain, second down and 4. I remember when I was showing pictures of some of the stuff that I cooked, they were like, "You cooked that?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "We didn't know your people could cook that." And I was like, "Okay." So it was like I said, it was a little shocking, but it was like, all right, well, I don't know how to respond to that. So sorry, I don't know why I shared that. Second down and 4, 20-17 from the 45 yard line. Drops back a pass, and it's going to throw a little check down. It's going to be to Worthy once again up to the 40. Cuts back over to the left. Got some blockers, 35, and down to the 31 yard line. First down 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. 12:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. I feel like very congested right here. So I don't know if it's my sinuses or what it is, but I do feel kind of congested. Because like my nose feels stopped up. All right, so from the 31 yard line, Mahomes shotgun formation with Pacheco to his left. And going to be a quick throw. That's going to be to Juju Smith-Schuster down to the 20 yard line. First down 10, 11 yard gain once again for the Kansas City Chiefs. 12 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Up by 3. And the Chiefs continue to drive it down the field. Lions, got to get a stop. Got to get a turnover. Something. Shotgun formation. Check it to his left. Going to be a throw to Smith. Up to the 20, up to the 15, and down to about, he's keeping on fighting, down to about the 13 yard line. It's going to be second down about 1 or 2. It's Rashard Smith, the rookie out of SMU. Love him to death. I like that he's kind of like getting himself a little bit of a role, especially with not having Rashee Rice. So I thought that Jaden Royals would fit that role, but so far it's been Rashard Smith. So shotgun formation, gonna have Pacheco to his left. Gonna be handed to Pacheco, who's gonna get the first down up to the 10, down to about the 8 or 9 yard line. Be the 9 yard line. First and goal for Kansas City once again. I mean, that's a nice hole. That's a nice boulder. It's a really nice hole. So, under center is Patrick Mahomes with Pacheco in the backfield. Going to be a handoff Pacheco off to the right side, and he's going to get the edge up to the 5 and down to about the 2-yard line, the 3-yard line. So we second and goal from the 3. Again, 10-10 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's 20-17. The Lions desperately need a hold. Well, let me stop. Not a hold. Don't hold in the end zone. They'll get another first down. I mean, the Chiefs more than likely, even if it's fourth down, will go for it. So, Mahomes under center. That's a worthy motion over to the left. Going to be a roll up by Mahomes, who's going to throw it away. Great job there by, I believe it's Anzalone. Was that Anzalone to get the pressure? Yeah. Alex Anzalone gets the pressure, kind of forced the incomplete pass. Third and goal from the 3. $9:35 to go in the fourth. Up by 3. Let's see if Kansas City can add some more to this lead. Pacheco to his right. Now Pacheco goes to his left. Drops back to pass. And great job there. Unfortunately, wide open is Hollywood Brown. So, the Chiefs go back and go up by 2 scores. Still 9 minutes left. But the fact the Lions still can't get a stop is very concerning. But it's just, that's on Amik. Amik Robinson, initially that was his man. I don't know if they're supposed to stay into man, but Amik kind of fell behind and he backed off. So I don't know if there was supposed to be some kind of thing they were supposed to do where like they're supposed to switch off, but they definitely didn't. And just Meek stayed in like almost like a deeper zone. I like I said, it was just wide open though. It's wide open. 27-17. That's another thing too that I'm thinking about. Now this October, you're seeing a lot of like the fall. You already saw them before. You're seeing a lot of like the fall commercials. Like getting into Halloween, getting into Thanksgiving, that kind of stuff. You're seeing a lot of like the fall, like leaves are changing and pumpkin and all that kind of stuff. I don't think I've ever had a pumpkin spice thing, if I think correctly. But like, I don't drink coffee to begin with, and like I've had pumpkin pie, which pumpkin pie is pretty good. Sweet potato pie is amazing, dude. Oh goodness. Depends. Like I said, it depends on the time of day. Sometimes I like really the pumpkin spice, but I know around this time like that's what everybody talks about is pumpkin spice. When I mean everybody, I mean everyone that's around me. So not necessarily everybody. All I'm waiting for is Sprite Cranberry to come back. I talked about that earlier. Give me a Sprite Cranberry back, and I'm happy. I don't try to get it a lot, but every now and then it hits the spot. It is kind of crazy. It's like halfway through. All right, Lions. About to be back to the game. Lions desperately, and I do mean desperately, need to respond. And pretty quickly, too. You need to respond. You got 9:30 left. You got all 3 timeouts, so it's fair. But you got to respond relatively quickly so you kind of save yourself some options, especially if Kansas City gets some first downs. Bucker to kick this one away, and it's going to be returned by the 5 to 10, 15, 20, 25, and down the 25-yard line. First down 10. Lions still have a shot. Is it likely? No. But is it possible? Yes. So a T-Mobile ad. The same as a T-Mobile ad they just ran. I still don't understand why people will do that, where they're like, whoa, we just ran this commercial, let's run it again. That'll convince them. 9:25 on the fourth. Jared Goff under center. Two tight ends to the left. Jameer Gibbs in the backfield. Gosh. For the 26. Going to be a hand of Jameer Gibbs, who's going to spin out of a tackle. Actually, no. Great job of Nick Bolton. This will be a loss of 3. So, second down, about 12 and a half. Bolton just kind of shoots the gap there. Because it's going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown, and that's going to be a gain of maybe 3 or 4. So it'll be second down and third down and about 10. Basically back where the original line of scrimmage. Goodness, come on, Lions. 8:24. Jared Goff. He's 13 for 13, but only 101 in a touchdown. Jared Goff, shotgun formation. Jameer Gibbs to his left. Drops back to pass and is going to go in the fourth quarter. And the Lions, they're going to have to go for it. You're down by 2 scores. You can't punt. I mean, you can technically, but you're not getting a stop. So that's, like I said, I'm not gonna say it's technically the end. It's gonna be. I have no faith that the Lions can stop. 7:27 in the fourth quarter. Punt is underway. Gonna be return to the 30, up to 31, to the 35, and Remigio goes to the left 40 and up to about the 47. Fumbled! Oh, man. Was he down? Was he down? It depends on... Okay, the ref is saying he was down. The ref is saying he was down. But it's going to be first down 10 from about the 47-yard line. They gotta review it. They got to review it. Let's see here. Remigio, up. Yeah, he was down. Ball came out because of the ground. He was down. Oh. All right. Once the game ends, I'm probably gonna end the stream and hope my headache stops when I go to sleep. I really do hope that the stream doesn't mess up on Monday. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Unless something crazy happens, I'm putting my money in the Chiefs. Mainly because the Lions are not shown to stop anybody. Now, if they do get stopped pretty soon, then yeah, the Lions still have a shot. But I'll believe it when I see it. As a matter of fact, I think that the Chiefs are going to get past midfield, or they're already past midfield. What we're talking about. I think they're going to get down to the red zone, and it'll be like 5.5 minutes left, and then they'll just run the ball. Drain the clock a little bit more. Maybe they take a field goal. Maybe they go for try to make it a. Maybe they'll try to score a touchdown. Especially if it's fourth down, I can see them trying to score a touchdown because, like I said, if it's fourth and 3, it's a 13-point deficit instead of being a 10-point deficit. But if it's 17, then the game's over. So. Yeah, all the really Chiefs have been doing is just dinking and dunking down the field. Goodness gracious, dude. So from the 49-yard line, under center, going to be a handoff. It's going to be Pacheco. He's going up to about the 45 and spin down to about the 43. 6-yard gain, second down and 4. Oh gosh. Dude, it is bad. It is bad right now. 6:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. Still a 10-point game. Second down and 5. You're gonna be headed to Pacheco, who's going to try the right side and falls forward for about 2.5, 3 yards. Be third down about a long 2. Oh my goodness. No way. All right, so 6:05 will go in the fourth. Third down, 3. I don't know why, but Moore has was in motion up to the left. Oh wait, no, Moore has been starting the whole entire time. I thought it was Simmons who was at left tackle, but no, Moore who they got Simmons. Oh goodness, dude is. Yeah, it's bad. My eyes are these. Down 10. Taylor Swift, but she wasn't paying attention, so interesting thing there because I know somebody's going to comment about it. Nice 5-yard gain by Pacheco. It's going to be second down and 5. 4:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Oh my goodness. I probably should have slept a little bit better. Or just not woken up for that Broncos Jets game because it was not Shaw all on. So second down and 5 from the 29-yard. Smith, nice 4-yard gain. Going to be third down and 1. 4:08 left to go to the fourth. Swag. Everybody on swag. 3:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. Up by 10. Kansas City in pistol formation. They got Juice Smith-Schuster in at oh my gosh. They had Juice Smith-Schuster in at tight end, like with his hand in the dirt, and then Kareem Hunt just absolutely just obliterated the lines right there. It's first to 10. First time it's called. I mean, blam! Rock Ya-Sin got about 3:05. Miracle happens, and it's some kind of miracle. The line's gonna fall. So, I think that's gonna happen. More than likely. It is possible. It is very possible. Oh my goodness. So weird. We're gonna alright, it's on his chest. Okay? I'm gonna try to get that. Alright. So it's gonna be on his chest as we talk. So that's what the joke's gonna be. Hilarious. I understand it. I don't know why Verizon thought that was a smart idea. It's a dumb commercial. It's not like a funny dumb. It's just dumb. Whoa. Whoa. Mama homie. Second down. Whoa. Mama homie. Second down, a little pushing and shoving's going on. A little pushing and shoving's going on. Quarter. And you got at Bills, by and at Brian. You go the lines. The lines. The lines. Need oof, at least that little classic song. She'll be coming around the mountain when she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Like that little. You know what she comes. Like that little. You know what's interesting though? You can't say the word that I want to say anymore. Because whenever you do, think of the guy. But like like a short little song starts with a D. You say that little, and you can't say that anymore because if you say it, it invokes it invokes the revokes the person's you song. Oh, so what give you comes what give you comes out and like Genius usually has like an interview. Some of those coming around the mountain when she comes. All right, so going to be a third down, and he's going to get sacked back at the 15-yard line, and that's going to be Muhammad. Going to be sacking old Patty Mahomes. I'm sure Collins was saying Mahomes was entering that clock. Now, obviously, he would say in more of a kind of slow kind of tone. He's got a very low tone kind of voice compared to me. All right, so 33-yard field goal. We like if I wanted. That's all I want is for you to be the Buccaneers next week. Then you own bye. You get the Vikings, Commanders. Like I said, it's kind of hard. Occur. Game 30-17, 2:26 to go in the fourth quarter. Very low baritone for sure. Yeah, Chris Collins would be in a baritone if he was in a show choir. You know what we need to have? We need to have all the. We need to have. I know we're not going to have it, but we need to have all like the commentators, not the commentators, but like the analysts. Like when it comes to Christmas time, just try their best to sing like a Christmas album. It'd be so stupid, but it'd be something that for sure that like some like either corporate CEO or something like that would be like, oh no, this is a good idea. Like the Eagles did it, and Chris Collins would try to sing. Like let him try to do Baby It's Cold Outside because he gives those creeper vibes. Let him do Baby It's Cold Outside because he gives creeper vibes, especially his old interviews. Can return to about 25, down to about the 27-yard line. First down 10 for the Lions. But Josh Allen. Yeah. Mike Tirico. Oh, what would Mike Tirico sing? I don't know. He could do. Maybe he could. I don't know what he. I don't know what Aaron. Let me think what Mike Tirico could do. So from the 27-yard line, shotgun formation, Jared Goff with Jahmyr Gibbs to his left. To his right, and that should be offsides. Yes, it is. Free play. Throw across the middle. It's going to be Sam Laporta, who is going to get up to the first down. Actually, no, 9-yard gain. Second down and 1. However, there is offsides penalty. So it'll be first down and 5. See, Mike Tirico, he could probably sing. I think Mike Tirico could do "Oh Holy Night." He could probably hit "Oh Holy Night." Rob Gronkowski. Oh, what I want Gronk to sing. I'll have him sing "Dominate the Donkey." I'm sure he would love to sing that one. To try to avoid the sack, going to throw out of a sack, and it might be a fumble. They're acting like it is a fumble. The Chiefs did recover, but they call it incomplete pass. So third down and 1's, 2:07 to go to fourth. Let's see here. Who else? Tom Brady. Oh, Tom Brady. What kind of Christmas song do I want Tom Brady to sing? Dadgummit. I'm trying to think of something clever, but I can't think of something clever right now. So, 2:07 to go to the fourth quarter. Third down and 1. 30-17. Shotgun formation with Jahmyr Gibbs to his right. Draw expected pass, and it's going to throw, and that's going to be. It might have been tipped to the line, but it's going to be 4th and 1, 2:03 left to go to the fourth. All right, see here. Parker, James Franklin may go coach Virginia Tech football. You know what? Maybe. I didn't even really think about that, but yeah, like a program who hasn't been in the national spotlight for quite some time gets a head coach that can get you the national spotlight. Can't win the big games, but can still get you back to the spotlight. So actually, Parker, that's not too bad. That's not too bad for James Franklin if he wants it. Fourth down and one, and throws, and it's going to be dropped. Dropped by Jameson Williams. 2-minute warning, and Kansas City, all they got to do is kneel out the clock. But we got a 2-minute warning, so we got some time to kind of sit back, relax, think about what could have been. What you say? Oh, it's only been well. I'm still trying to think of like what I like. I thought I could come up with something clever, but like my mind is just gone. My mind is just gone. Um. Oh, Tom Brady could do "Mama Kissing Santa Claus." That's hilarious. That would be funny. Let's see. Who else? Greg Olson. Greg Olson could do Christmas in Hollis. He could do Christmas in Hollis. Uh, Terry Bradshaw would be an interesting one too. What would Terry Bradshaw sing? Mm, Terry Bradshaw probably do Jeff Foxworthy's 12 days. Was it 12 days Redneck Christmas? I don't know. 10 Copenhagen. Not I'm trying to think of what that one is. And parts to something GT. I ain't heard that song in a while, but I see here. Parker, Brent Pry may go coach Penn State football. Now that one, I don't think so. I don't think Brent Pry is going to coach Penn State. Um, like I said, I think they see what they have in Smith, and then if not, they're going to try to poach. They're going to try to poach a big time head coach that's not already pretty, satisfied with their team. Like the coaches who are successful, but they're successful at the head, but they're successful at the colleges that they even went to. They ain't gonna leave. Like Georgia Tech, not gonna leave. Vanderbilt, not gonna leave, for sure. Like, why would they leave a place that they literally grew up with? They built up the program to where it is right now, and they don't have like the huge expectations. So they're not gonna leave. Where it's supposed to be. Kneel down, do like two more of them, the game's over. Dadgummit. I have some other ones I was thinking of, but I can't think of who are the other ones that basically are playing for their alma mater. Uh, and would actually be like, not just like them playing for the alma mater, but that would actually considerably even like. I could technically say Kirby Smart, but he's not leaving Georgia, so that's why I didn't even think about talking about him. That's all I can really think of. I can't think of really anybody else though. But one more Neil. It hasn't even been 3 hours since I've been streaming. Eli Drinkowitz may go coach Virginia Tech football. See, Drinkowitz is an interesting one. Drinkowitz is an interesting one because I know technically he has ties to both Hugh and also Gus Malzahn. So there have been some Auburn fans that have been saying, "Oh, we could poach Eli." And my thing is, whoa, there's a fight going on. Goodness gracious! I was just talking, and some stuff went down. Oh, shoot! Oh, golly! Someone got stomped. Someone's getting stomped, bro. What the heck's going on, dude? My word. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It was stopped by the players. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, just like there was like people on the ground, they were fighting. They're all in a group. Some of them are just trying to hug each other. Like Mahomes and Jared Goff were trying to talk, and then I said Mahomes over here. He's like trying to dap up Brian Branch, but Brian Branch isn't having it. He's like hits him in the face, and then Juju Smith-Schuster's coming over. Oh, so that's how it started. That's how it started. Okay, and then Brian Branch takes off his helmet, and they're going at it. Okay, okay. So Brian Branch started it. Juju tried to finish it. Juju tried to finish it while Pacheco literally was like, kind of pushing him out, trying to carry him away. And then Juju's like, nah, I'm going to get him. So, yeah, there you go. There you go. That's how that happens. Yeah, that was odd. That was odd for sure. Shane Beamer. Oh, see, okay. Now that one is interesting. Parker, the reason why I would say Shane Beamer doesn't go to Virginia Tech is because Shane Beamer wants to make his own legacy. So he's talked about it. He's talked about it before. Frank Beamer, long-time Virginia Tech head coach, basically brought Virginia Tech to what it is, to like, the storied history they have. And so Shane talked about it. He talked about it in the Any Given Saturday documentary that they did with the SEC. Because Frank Beamer's son. Like, he'll never be able to break that moniker. But being at South Carolina, he could be his own person. Son following his father's footsteps and coach a program. I don't see Shane Beamer doing that. Just based upon his own words alone. If your dad worked for a company or something like that, your dad worked for a company, okay? And the company obviously wants to hire you. They want to hire you. They want you there because of legacy and all that kind of stuff. But you know that if you go to the company, like everyone there has either worked with your father or they know of your father, or sometimes they think that you might not deserve the position because they're only hired you because of your father. So there'd be some kind of animosity that your father instead of you, and have a lot of those weird conversations. It's not the same exact dynamic, but like I kind of wanted to say it from that perspective. Like I can understand from Shane Beamer's perspective where he's like, nah, I don't really want to do that. So I would say Shane Beamer is out of the running for Virginia Tech, just because of based upon what he's already said. Now he could definitely run those back. He could. I would be surprised if he does. I would be surprised if he does. So they're showing the teaser trailer for John Wayne Gacy show. I can somewhat understand why people are so fascinated with serial killers, but I don't know. I don't think we should continue to keep on like almost making like a big deal about it. Mahomes has 257 passing yards, 31 rushing yards, and 4 total touchdowns. Whew. All right, well, I am tired. I'm happy with the Panthers win. But as you can tell, my nose is stopped up. I feel kind of bad. Got to go to work tomorrow, but it's going to be more of a professional development day, so hopefully that'll be fine. Yeah. So I will see y'all tomorrow for the. I'll be streaming the earlier game, Bills versus Falcons. And